others are fast-moving.
Unlike other big rallies,
Bit earlier at about 7 a.m., a group from the coast.
Welcome to #PHVote 2013.
Today on Rappler, Senator Jinggoy Estrada denies dealing with two people named by state witness Ruby Tuason in the pork barrel scam. The government gets 1.3 billion pesos or $30 million from the Swiss accounts of late dictator Ferdinand Marcos. And North and South Korean officials meet for rare high-level talks.
Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Senator Jinggoy Estrada admits knowing the people mentioned by witness Ruby Tuason in her affidavit, but denies dealing with them to pocket his pork barrel funds. Estrada, along with others, face plunder charges for allegedly siphoning pork barrel funds to fake NGOs in exchange for kickbacks. A close family friend of the Estradas, Tuason, surfaced last week after hiding in California. She admits collecting money for Estrada and Senate Minority Leader Juan Ponce Enrile. Tuason offered to testify in exchange for immunity from prosecution. In her affidavit, she says Estrada dealt with alleged scam mastermind Janet Limnapoles in 2004 through actor Matt Ranillo III. Tuason says 11.97 million pesos was delivered to a house in Dasmariñas village in Makati where Yusta Tantoco lives. Tantoco is the aide of Estrada's mother, former Senator Loy Ejercito Estrada. Estrada denies dealing with Ranillo and Tantoco and hits the investigations.
I think the hearing tomorrow is meant to depict us as demons here, as villains here again, as what they did during the previous hearings.
Tuason is set to attend the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing Thursday. The Philippines Presidential Commission on Good Government, or PCGG, remits 1.3 billion pesos or $30 million to the National Treasury from the Swiss accounts of late dictator Ferdinand Marcos. PCGG Chair Andres Bautista says the money was transferred to the government 2 months after a Singapore court ruled the Philippine National Bank, or PNB, had the legal title to the amount deposited in the Singapore branch of German West LB. After Marcos's ouster, the government tried to recover the Marcos wealth from Swiss banks. In 1997, the Swiss Federal Supreme Court issued a decision to return $680 million once the Philippines complies with 2 conditions. Under the law, 10 billion pesos of the recovered funds will be used for victims' reparation, 80% of the amount will be spent for existing claims, and 20% for future ones. A bomb threat triggered the suspension of classes and work at the Ateneo de Manila University Wednesday. Inspector Noel Sublay of the Quezon City Police says the Anonas Police Station received a call from the university asking for help. Sublay says 3 university employees received a text message from an unregistered number at 9:49 a.m. warning a bomb will explode on campus. Philippine National Police sweep the campus in a security check while students and employees are advised to go home. At around 5 p.m., police say the campus is clear and the threat is a hoax. University President Father Jet Villarin says the university is working with authorities to follow leads on the source of the threat. For our social media post of the day, the Ateneo bomb threat alarmed people off and online. Stephen Crux says, "What's up with the Ateneo security? Last time it was a kidnap incident on campus and now a bomb threat." For the second year in a row, the Philippines drops in press freedom rankings across the world. Out of 180 countries surveyed by Paris-based organization Reporters Without Borders, the Philippines ranks 149th in the 2014 World Press Freedom Index, dropping from its previous rank of 147 in 2013 and 140 in 2012. The survey results come 2 months after 3 journalists were killed and while Congress is debating the Freedom of Information Bill. Despite distribution of land titles to farmer beneficiaries in October 2013, incidents of violence rise in Hacienda Luisita. A compilation of incident reports by the Alyansa ng mga Manggagawa sa Hacienda Luisita or Ambala Tarlac claims farmers were forcibly evicted, with the most recent cases happening on February 4, 8, 9, and 11. Ambala says police and guards hired by the Tarlac Development Corporation, or TADECO, burned the farmers' huts and barricaded their rice fields with barbed wires, iron sheets, and concrete without a court order. Farmers were reportedly held at gunpoint while their huts burned. The farmers fashioned makeshift homes nearby. TADECO is owned by the powerful Cojuangco clan, the family of President Benigno Aquino. Aquino divested his shares in the estate in 2010. The company says the lands they're fencing off are not part of the sugar estate the Supreme Court ordered distributed to farmers under the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, or CARP. The farmers disagree, invoking different government documents to support their claims. Malacanang says it did not receive a letter asking for financial aid from the mother of the Filipino figure skater competing in the Winter Olympics in Sochi. Reacting to criticism about the lack of government support, Malacanang says it doesn't have records of receiving a letter from Maria Teresa Martinez, mother of 17-year-old Michael Martinez. Presidential spokesperson Edwin Lacerda says Malacanang would have responded. Philippine Sports Commission, or PSC head Richie Garcia, also says the PSC wrote Martinez a check of $7,000 or more than 300,000 pesos. In an interview with Catholic News Service, Martinez's mother claims no one at the president's office knew about her son's Olympic bid. But Communications Secretary Sonny Coloma denies this, adding, "Since the beginning, we recognized his participation and we knew about his skills, and we're hoping for a favorable outcome in his participation in the Olympics." Martinez is the country's lone competitor in the Winter Olympics. He is the first Filipino figure skater to represent the Philippines in 22 years. Martinez will see his first action on the ice Thursday. 3 months after Super Typhoon Yolanda, or Haiyan, residents of an island in Samar receive a gift of hope that goes beyond dole-outs and relief goods. Pia Renada reports.
This is nighttime in Butig, an island in Giwan, Samar. Yolanda's winds destroyed Butig's power lines. Homes of the fishermen became piles of debris overnight.
Parang natatandaan pa rin namin yung araw na nagkaroon ng Yolanda na madilim ang nadidinig lang namin ang huni ng malakas na hangin ng Yolanda. Nakakatakot at akala namin yun na ang the end namin. So,
net siya lang sa mga. Kay usara man saya.
Sir, dito ka sa akin.
So Butig, how many to Butig?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A solar panel finally reaches Butig in February. These panels are able to turn sunlight into 50 watts of electricity. Michael Abundo leads the group that brought the panels to the town. His group aims to install 50 solar panels in Yolanda-hit areas by March.
Each of these solar power systems are capable of lighting up 3 to 5 households, and they'll be able to do mobile phone charging, maybe light appliance use if needed.
Locals are eager to help. The local carpenter fashions a post. The community, through a stewardship system, are in charge of maintaining the solar panel.
We install these systems in a community and let them take care of it. We are giving you this. You're supposed to share it with other people.
Once installed, the panel charges cell phones. Light bulbs come to life. These small changes bring great relief to the locals.
At least naman yung mga bata makakapag-aral sa gabi. Malaki ang magiging benepisyo sa paglalagay ng ilaw sa health center, dahil ang health center namin ay nasa gitna ng barangay. Hindi lang mga bata ang magiging benepisyado, kundi pati yung mga komunidad, yung mga matatanda. Parang maliliwanagan na rin kami. Kahit sa ilang ilaw lang naman.
That night, the children make the most of the light. For the townspeople of Butig, with light comes hope. And with hope, recovery. Pia Renada, Rappler Giwan Samar.
The Philippines allows overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, with existing contracts to return to Yemen. On Wednesday, the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, brings the alert level down from 3 to 2 in the conflict-stricken country. Filipinos with existing labor contracts may return to Yemen, but the deployment of newly hired OFWs remains suspended. DFA lowers the crisis alert level after the Philippine Embassy in Yemen cited the, quote, improving security and political situation in that country. In December, DFA urged OFWs in Yemen to come home after a suspected terror attack killed 7 Filipinos and injured 11 others. Yemen, which the Philippines placed under alert since 2012, is going through a political transition. North and South Korean officials meet for high-level talks Wednesday ahead of a reunion for families divided by the Korean War. Seoul's Unification Ministry says the discussions in the border truce village of Panmunjom will cover a range of major issues. South Korean official Kim Kyo-hyun says his focus is to make sure the meeting of separated families goes ahead as scheduled. The North side is likely to make another push for South Korea to cancel annual military exercises with the United States. U.S. officials say the drills will go on, but will be toned down with no aircraft carrier and no strategic bombers. Let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 3, victims of widespread flooding in Britain are angry at what they say is lack of help from the government. Driven by the wettest winter in England since 1766, the floods first hit southwest England about 7 weeks ago. But they are now creeping eastwards towards London into the wealthy suburbs lining the River Thames. At number 6, voice actors of the popular Disney animated film Frozen gather at a small LA bar Sunday to sing the film's songs and to woo potential Oscar votes. The film is nominated for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song in the upcoming Academy Awards in March. Entertainment Weekly reports cast members Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, Josh Gad, and Santina Fontana performed the songs live for the first time. The most anticipated act, Menzel's performance of Oscar-nominated song, Let It Go. And at number 8, 1930s child star turned diplomat Shirley Temple died Tuesday. She was 85. Temple started her acting career at the age of 3 and quickly became popular for her singing and acting talents. At 6, she became the youngest person ever to win an Oscar. She later became ambassador to Ghana and the chief of protocol in the U.S. Foreign Service. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page. That crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that have affected our readers and viewers the most emotionally. These 10 stories have gotten the most number of votes on the mood meter. If you take a look today, there's a story that you see Frozen in the Wrap. Frozen cast performs songs live for the first time. Interestingly, 4% inspired, 84% happy. We have the continuing story, The Lone Filipino in Sochi, 64% angry, 14% sad. And the story of the day, this one with a large yellow circle, the story that's gotten the most number of votes. Ateneo cleared for bomb threat, 27% angry, 50% afraid. That yellow bringing out the mood of the day. Today, most people are afraid. Well, that is Rappler's Newscast for today, Wednesday, February 12, 2014. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.